My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Geminis. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing a general reading of past, present, future, and 9-card spread. I'm going to be using the regular tarot deck, clarify with the vampire deck, draw a special vampire card, draw a vampire oracle, and then draw 3 yes or no answers for thee. So let's get started on your reading. Now, you might not be able to notice it, but I'm actually wearing a brand new dress that the human had purchased for me a few days ago. It's sort of similar to, the red dress that I occasionally wear. It's kind of big and fluffy, but it also kind of matches my gloves and stuff like that. So he thought it would be really nice just to kind of, just to, will gift me this new wardrobe. Anyway. Okay, the general card is the Ace of Wands reversed. Whoops. So let's start off in the past. You do start off with the Magician, one of your cards, next to Virgo. The Knight of Pentacles. And the Ten of Wands. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The kind of feeling and sense that I'm getting from this combination is that, you weren't really quite manifesting something because you realized that something was heading towards you quite in a slow but certain manner, but yet it required a lot of hard work and maybe felt a bit burdened about something. Now, this could also be, on a more, negative manner in the sense, that, you were pretty much, had no motivation regarding anything in the past, regarding any kind of voyage or quest or endeavor that you were working towards. And that's why, you were more or less heading towards this hard work in a very slow but definite certain manner because, you realized that it was really important to have to put in time and effort regarding any kind of quest or voyage that you were heading off towards in the past. Yeah, I know that. Actually, I can relate to this combination because the thing is, when I woke up from my, the 301-year slumber, stuff like that, or actually I'm just going to say 300 years because, I just, turned 301. But the thing is, it's like, it took me forever to even find motivation when I want to start doing my tarot readings as a vampire, stuff like that. Because, for a long time, it's like, vampires are still considered monsters. It's not like people just, will run, to a vampire. A lot of, the media, sometimes makes them look very, beautiful, seductive, very, loving in other ways, but also very aggressive and mean and stuff like that. So again, I'm not like any of the actors or characters for that matter, but I can understand personally, how it also took me a long time and I felt incredibly, burdened, regarding this transition, phase of my own, personal experience and stuff like that. So, but let's keep going to current times. You do start off with 5 of Cups, which is about disappointment. 3 of Pentacles, partnership, support from friends and family, and an offering from the Knight of Cups. Okay, you can also have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo somewhere in your star chart. But yeah, what I'm kind of getting here is, it's like, I do sense that, regarding the, hard work of 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands for that matter, and, you finally get the 5 of Cups in that situation. What I'm kind of getting is, you do feel incredibly unhappy about having to put in the extra time and effort, and you pretty much feel swamped or you feel, burdened by any kind of hard work and stuff like that. So I can understand in current times how, this is even how I felt, even, the first time I even did my readings, and sometimes when I even got negative feedback from other humans for that matter, to say, what were you, that did not resonate with me, or, it did not, work out, well, what did you do wrong? I remember, being asked questions like that, and I just think, tarot has no time frame, my dear. It's like, if you feel like, okay, if it did resonate, it resonated. But that's why I always say, take it with a grain of salt, and that I never put, time, frames on my readings because tarot has no time. But I understand, how you could be, suffering from any kind of disappointment. But just remember, something I never had is that you pretty much still had support, guidance from your friends and family, unless it does not resonate with you at all, for that matter. But the 3 of Pentacles is definite partnership. And then, that's more or less leading to, and this potential offering heading towards you. Now, this could be, your colleagues, your boss, whoever it may be, that pretty much this witness is saying, and let's try to give, Gemini a little bit of a break here. Let's, maybe do something nice regarding the Knight of Cups in current times, for that matter. Hopefully, that will resonate for you even in current times. And let's look at the future. Because you do start off with the Page of Pentacles reversed. Queen of Cups reversed. Six of Pentacles. Okay, so you are definitely going to be presented and offered something in the future as well. Or maybe, it's like, regarding this offering, it could also take time and effort and stuff like that. But what I'm kind of seeing, let's, look at these two cards, for a moment, because the Page of Pentacles reverse is like you're not going out on this voyage or quest, towards this kind of career or financial, endeavor or voyage it may be. And regarding the Queen of Cups reverse, it's like, you pretty much, will feel like, there's nothing to nurture, care for, or protect, or maybe, you feel like that you're not being cared for, or maybe you feel like, you're being left out in the cold, or there's a lack of clarity, or there's anything, that's causing you to feel kind of down on your luck, even in the future as well. But you are definitely being offered something, or maybe you might have to give something in the future regarding the Six of Pentacles. But I'm going to have to clarify this to give you an exact idea of what these, cards, have to present, in this reading. So let's look at the Magician reversed. Star wish fulfillment. You could have Aquarius somewhere in your star chart, or maybe you could even be with an Aquarius. Yeah, what I actually saw here is, I saw that you pretty much achieved this kind of dream or goal or ambition, like this kind of career kind of situation, and this is something you really dreamt about, yes. But of course, I always tell even other humans, for that matter, is always be careful what you wish for, because it might eventually come true, for that matter. And maybe that wish is something that it was only just like a temporary, serotonin feeling and stuff like that. And then once, the moment, showed up, you're like, oh, is that what it is? Suddenly reality, kicks in and stuff like that. And you just think, well, that's not what I really hoped for that matter. But I hope that doesn't per se resonate. But again, always be careful what you wish for, because, unless, this is a definite wish fulfillment where you pretty much did not have to manifest anything, for that matter as well. But let's keep going. Knight of Pentacles, you get the second Magician. So this is where you were actually having to manifest something, so you can actually, maybe revive something, but this is you actually, about to receive something slowly but surely, but you also have to put in time and effort regarding, this kind of like offering of some kind, or financial endeavor, that took place in the past. And maybe you had to put in a bit more effort of some kind, or, anything that you were manifesting in the past. But yeah, maybe, that's kind of what I see, is that you pretty much had to put more time and effort regarding, this. This could have also been your salary, for that matter, or maybe even a bonus, for that matter as well. But yeah, I do see, or I actually saw in your past, that you had to actually manifest more time and effort regarding this. Yeah, kind of like, salary or monthly salary, for that matter, because for the Ten of Wands, you got the Four of Pentacles. So, yeah, I can understand how you feel. You feel overworked. The Four of Pentacles is nothing like anything. It's only just about stability. So I'm kind of getting, it's like you were pretty much hoping for the Star Wish fulfillment to give you some kind of like grand idea. Maybe, it's like you felt, kind of, deceived somehow, regarding this shiny opportunity to say, yes, that is a wish fulfillment, because it looks shiny and bright from a distance. But then, the closer you came, it was just only just a tiny little lamp or something, you thought, is this really what I was actually heading towards, and stuff like that. It's, incredibly the opposite of what you had hoped for. So I do see you, or I actually saw you being overworked, and you were only being presented with a basic salary, and maybe that's why you feel a bit unhappy in current times, because you just think, wow, that wish fulfillment was actually not a real wish fulfillment that I had hoped for. Yes, it's better than nothing. But yeah, I do see you actually being overworked and only just, being paid a basic wage, for that matter. Because regarding the Five of Cups, you get the Six of Swords. So this is you actually want to transition off to something different. And I understand that completely. If something is really not working for my beloved Geminis, man, woman, follower, fledgling, anyone in this world, if something is not making you happy, just leave and take off towards a different direction. Why? It's not because I'm telling you to leave any kind of beautiful, potential offering of some kind. No, if something is really making you feel incredibly unhappy, depressed, and that is pretty much going to be, contributing to all kinds of problems in the future as well. So yeah, if you pretty much just think, well, I want to try maybe a different job or something, I would definitely do that, because if something is just making you feel overworked, unloved, unhappy, for that matter, obviously, there should be something way better out in this world that could provide happiness and a bit more. you know, motivation on wanting to actually, you know, head off towards that career or voyage, whatever it was. Three of Pentacles, you get the Tower. Ooh, Aries energy. Yeah, I mean, I think this is you maybe asking advice and guidance from like friends and family regarding this, you know, well, yeah, this change regarding this tower moment. Because the thing is, you know, it's like I think you already pretty much already made up your mind on that you want to leave, you know, the past, you know, the reading section for that matter. That's, yeah, well, making you feel a bit unhappy. You feel overworked. You're just getting paid a minimum wage for that matter. You're just thinking, well, I don't want to keep working like this because I really want to head towards something that's going to give me a bit more fulfillment and happiness for that matter. So regarding the Three of Pentacles, you know, this is you probably asking others for advice, or maybe other people do approve of this decision of yours on wanting to take off with the Six of Swords. Because for the Knight of Cups, Ace of Wands, so you're definitely being presented with something that's giving you more motivation and inspiration even in current times. But yet, you know, it looks like that it may not be benefiting you regarding the Page of Pentacles unless this is actually a new and way better career offering being presented to you even in, you know, in the near future, in a few days, in a week, or in a month for that matter. But yeah, it just looks like, you know, that something is not really quite going to be benefiting you, though I do see a lot more motivation, being presented from this Knight of Cups offering. Because for the Page of Pentacles reversed, oof, 10 of Swords, okay, yeah. Something could be ending, and that could be, I mean, the thing is, you know, it could also be the end of a job hunt. I mean, that was mostly what I was getting here, is, you know, maybe, you know, this kind of offering is finally giving you more ambition and more happiness, and maybe this is you thinking, okay, I don't have to do any more job hunts, I'm going to let go of that. That's, you know, could be a painful ending of potential other possibilities for that matter, but if you already feel incredibly certain about this other offering from the Knight of Cups, and that will lead you to the Ace of Wands and wanting to put in more time and effort and energy, you know, for this voyage or quest or endeavor that you were already, you know, heading towards, but then you wanted to change course for that matter. This is you know, thinking, okay, I don't have to do anything in the future anymore. Because for the Queen of Cups reversed, you get the Hanged Man. Now, this could also be, you know, well, maybe, you know, you don't need to have clarity for that matter, or maybe you feel a bit uncertain or unclear about the future, but the Hanged Man is there to do a lot of introspection on that. You could be, you know, presented with more money in the future and stuff like that. So I'm kind of getting here, it's not really like buyer's remorse for that matter, but, you know, it's like you get this kind of feeling, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, you are being presented with something that's giving you more time and effort on wanting to put it into this offering and stuff like that. But yeah, you know, it's like sometimes, you know, it's like you want to, yeah, be able to keep your options and opportunities open for, you know, the matter in case this doesn't work as well. However, you know, the Hanged Man is here to guarantee you to say, actually, you made a really good decision on this whole quest and voyage, my beloved Geminis. Because for the Six of Pentacles afterwards, you get the Seven of Swords. Now, this could also be a deceptive individual, you know, that could be offering you something in the future as well. And maybe that's why, you know. So, again, you know, that's why I do clarification. I'm not saying anything is for certain. But, you know, I can understand how this kind of offering, you know, that, you know, is pretty much, you know, causing you to, you know, will feel any kind of buyer's remorse for that matter. Because, you know, when you're being offered something by the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords has two meanings. Now, the first meaning is a deceptive con artist that's pretty much offering, or, you know, giving you this false promise and hopes of this beautiful, more abundance for that matter, because this, you know, the Six of Pentacles is better than, yeah, than Four of Pentacles for that matter. But this is also putting, you know, a really good strategy and plan, you know, towards this idea as well. So again, take it how it resonates. But if you're being presented with something, always make sure that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed for that matter. Why? Because any kind of uncertainties and vagueness, it can be contributing to, you know, the Ten of Swords kind of, you know, painful ending of some kind. So you'll want to look into that to make sure that any kind of offering, even in the future, is a legitimate offer, you know, that will be presented to you and not something that could be, you know, offering you uncertainty or even some kind of false hopes for saying, oh yeah, you know, it's like if you work here, everything is going to be wonderful. And then once you're there, you're stuck, you know, for that matter. Wow. Because your special vampire card says King of Swords, one of your beautiful cards being the King of Swords. Yes, this is you actually, you know, you could be waiting for opportunity to hit you, but this is also having this ambition, this, you know, motivation, this, you know, like, you know, determination and strength to think, okay, we're heading down that way and stuff like that. So this is you actually, you know, using your beautiful air senses for that matter to say, okay, we are determined to head down this direction. But, if you are being presented with something, ask as many questions as possible. And also, I'll always ask for clarification and clarity as well to say, okay, what do you mean by that? Could you explain that a bit different? Could you do this and that? Hypothetically, if the person starts getting irritated, starts laughing, starts getting nervous, stuff like that, those are usually red flags and alarm signs to think, okay, we need to tail it out of here because there's something a bit uncertain about, what could be, what presented around the corner, stuff like that. Because, a con artist does not like questions at all. Okay, your special oracle. Call for help, reach out, need for backup, and admit your needs. And this is exactly what you need to do. Is you need to reach out and call for any kind of, advice, support, guidance for that matter. And that's what you're doing with the Three of Pentacles as well. And yeah, for any kind of offering, it's important to admit your needs in the sense of asking questions. And also, you'll reach out again for asking questions and making sure that any kind of offering that's being presented to you, even in current times and in the future, is legitimate, and just ask as many questions as possible, because if there's something that's just kind of making you feel a bit uncertain or uneasy for that matter, I would definitely leave and say, I'm leaving, I'm not going to deal with this stuff and stuff, for that matter, because clarity is important. I'm going to finish off with 3 yes or no answers. Please feel free to pause this video and think about the questions you want answered, because you do get the second Knight of Pentacles reverse, which is a no for answer number 1. The second Magician upright is a yes. And a no for the 8 of Wands for question number 3. Okay, reversed for that matter. Well, my beautiful, amazing Geminis, I'm going to have to leave it at that. But if this reading resonated, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for your love and devotion towards my channel and myself. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm going to go back to love readings. So for now, I'm just doing general and love readings. But I'm also open for personal readings. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, post in the little discussion box that you want a reading, and I'll respond to you with my email. And then we'll start the process from there. But anyway, thank you so much. I love you guys incredibly, and best of luck on this beautiful journey.